Alright, we're gonna try one more time with my favorite combo. And we'll see if we can get... get this to work.
Try not to have trainwreck.
Gain 1 ember per echo. Okay. Alright, I need to bring this up on my phone, because... unlike on Loop Hero, I can't actually see the chat. So, there we go. So, hosting can consume 0, deal 13 damage to unit, and move it to the back. Interesting. And then we have Sharpen. That's okay. We're dealing with Seraph the Chaste. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not feeling super confident in that, but at least I know not to be building up for Reap. Well, okay. Ooh, units get an extra upgrade slot, or Pyre gets additional health. I'll go with the extra update slot and see where that goes, as well as picking up an additional... Okay, we're gonna pick up Dun Echo. There we go. So we're starting off really strong. Not entirely certain how well we're gonna do, but we at least have a great start. Spikes 3. We can do that. I might take some damage, but we can do that. Okay, well, here's my first issue, which is I'm gonna set up on the top. Well, no matter what, we're doing this. We're just gonna get that out of there. I'm trying to think. Like, this is honestly a terrible turn. I want to set up top floor, but then I'm only gonna have 1 ember if I do that. Which means I can't play Sharpen. If I so chose. We'll play 1. Gonna be honest. Only really matters where I set up. It's all kind of just bad. We'll set up middle floor, I guess. We'll see what we can do with that. Yay! It's on top floor. I got my nice. Okay. So I could have set up completely top. I kind of wanted to now. Okay. Go ahead and get 2 kills. Yas! 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 Okay. Oh, that's true. I should set up the train steward in the back. Okay. Hosting kiln. We're just gonna bop you. Continue to get our regen up. And 1 fracture ought to do. I would like more, but we'll be fine. Yep. Exactly what I thought. Alright, there. That played itself just fine. Wasn't a problem at all, and it's only to get a lot stronger because of the stuff we picked. So we're off to a wonderful start. Yes. Okay. I can't not pick it, can I?
Yeah, you just don't pick it.
Or I just don't pick it and I pick something else that's actually good? Did you ever consider that? Oh, shoot.
Is there anything actually good here? Because I don't know anything about
No, I mean, those choices, it was Bogfly. I don't remember what the choices were, but kind of just, I want the units in the now. Kind of like focused growth here, but I want to go to the Merchants of Steel. So I think I'm actually just picking up a Sting, but it's not that great. Both of them are okay. Let me grab Sting here. Alright. What is our Merchant of Steel looking like? Okay. So we have Large Stone. Let's check out the Divine Temple, see what things we get. Plus 10 magic power and piercing. Nice. That does not a lot of good. I guess I can work on hosting Kin, but... And then upgrade a spell to have cost 2 less. That's definitely going to go to a Sharpen. Cleo's getting the zoomies. Alright. She's riling me up. I forgot. So we had Large Stone, Echo, and Strength. Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to have a big worm. Alright, what do we got? No. There we go again. How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
So
I can't not pick it. What do you want me to do? Not pick it? It's a bog crystallis. I'm not using Reap. In fact, speaking, since I'm not using Reap, I should get rid of those Reaps. Okay. Well, I want a very big egg. And the issue I'm currently facing is, what do I do with this bogfly? I need that bogfly to kind of be my early carry. Which is kind of a minor issue. So, right now there's no good fusions that I can do here. Which is a shame. Because, like, if I do the summon 2 Bogfly units, it's just going to summon 2 Bogflies. Any sort of bonuses that's on that card is not going to transfer. Plus, it's too late. Or, unless they change that. Unless they change that. I'll have to try that at some point. But, to my knowledge, like... It would have been great to, like, put this onto this Bogfly, power this Bogfly up, and then have a whole bunch of Bogflies. It would have been beautiful. Also, think about this. with imps.
Oh.
It's beautiful. Alrighty. Echo Stone. Like, where am I going next? We're not going to the Hell Vent. Maybe the Merchant of Magic? Wow, we probably are going to the Hell Vent just because of the Wormkin banner. Well, I want multi-strike on the Bog Chrysalis. And this Bogfly kind of is a dead unit now. Like, I can't re-roll. I'm not going to get really anything worth getting. Alright, we're gonna make a Sharpen cost less. Plus 10 in piercing. Man, that's kind of just good, right? It could have gone on something better, but that's gonna help a lot. Now the question is do I increase the difficulty just to get rid of a Train Steward and then power up this Bogfly to just be a 520? Not really that good. And it's making things really difficult. And I've already made things very difficult for myself. Well, I got a lot of cards I gotta get rid of. I gotta get rid of all of these fractures. These fractures are not gonna be any good in this deck. Pretty much what I want to do is I really want to focus on making the Bog Chrysalis as big as possible before it hatches. Even if that means, like, because I want in the next shop to give it a multi-strike. I want to give it a, heck, maybe even a large stone. That'd be really big. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for the second thing. Maybe quick. Quick would be good, I guess.
I'm just screaming internally, just so you know.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I want to make
Keep
this
going for the Bogflies.
I want to make this Bogfly good, but that's not gonna do it. Like if I fuse it, and then even if I gave both of these to this Bogfly, it just still would not be that good. And I would be down a lot of money. Yeah, I'm gonna go to these units. Maybe I'll find something. Maybe I just purge here.
You do need to get rid of those fractures.
I mean, fractures are okay early on, and they'll help me out in the boss. But yeah,
They're gonna take a while to get rid of. You have like what, 6?
getting rid of a Train Steward. And yeah, I have like 6. All right, I'm not gonna do any of the upgrades there. We're gonna move on. Oh no, threat level's super high. Ooh, I have to do this unit draft. I have to do this unit draft. Okay. Alright, we can play everything here. I think my main question right now is do I put the Spine Chief in front or in the back of the Bog Chrysalis? We're gonna get 2 shells chipped off in this turn. We might be able to hatch the egg in the turn after. I think no matter what, the Bog Chrysalis will survive. So I'm going to go and put that in the front. Big egg. Right, we're going to go ahead. Sure, it's going to power the a princess up, but it makes our unit stronger too. And then we also get some regen. It only boosts them by 1, and then we're also healing by an additional 1. So the damage is the same, but we do a lot more damages. And Bogfly, you... We're just gonna go in the top floor. Uh-oh. Alright, we can hatch you. It just will require everything. And that is okay. I don't have enough Ember. It doesn't hatch this turn. It's not okay. Alright, we're gonna take some damage because of that. So I did not realize the -1 Ember, even though I should have. I don't think debuffs will transfer. I think we're fine. Let's take less damage. We're just doing that. And we're going to take even less damage by doing that. Actually, no, it's the same. Gosh darn it. Oh well. Duck's stuck. I guess I just die. There we go. I live. Go, Bogflies! I love you! Okay, what do we got here? Another forgotten trait. Yeah, Proclamation seems okay. I'm also about to have the potential of going to a Merchant of Magic. We got a lot of Merchants of Magics in the future. I see the chance of me being able to boost Proclamation to just instantly kill something very plausible. So, I'm gonna do that. Another Sting. Okay. I mean, do any of these help? I mean, I already got 1 Sting and it has Piercing. We're just gonna grab that. Alrighty! Essences! They're all terrible. Oh no! What are these? What are those? Oh man. What am I supposed to do with these? The issue with Spine Chief is it doesn't really fit with any of my units right now. I mean, these two are both... Okay, I've got another Divine Temple, so I can do a fusing here. Plus 10, plus 10's okay. Plus 15, plus... The issue is the plus 1 size, is once I get the... If I get an additional plus 1 size for the Bog Chrysalis, it no longer fits with the Spine Chief, but maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay? Heck, big Chungus. Okay. So Awoken, so this Bog Chrysalis is going to be with this Awoken Hollow, because technically it doesn't really work with the Spine Chief due to it's going to keep consuming all of my echoes. So I'm going, okay, maybe we just go Bog Chrysalis and give it plus 15, plus 15, turn it into a 30-56. And then just make that be our carry. That's the idea. And we're going to give it multi-strike and all that fun stuff. Look at that. We're going to go into this Merchant of Steel after that. And we're not going to dupe it. But the question is do I go for that Wormkin banner? And I think the answer for that is no. I think I just need to make my spells better. And I could use some life. There we go. Double stack. That's fun. Not really. It only gives the double stack to the spikes. Alright, well that's interesting. Let's check out the Divine Temple. Intrinsic. Fascinating. Ooh, Spell Chain times 2. When played, a copy of this card will be added to the hand. The copy gets +1 and gains Purge. Ooh. 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 What was that?
Should I be afraid now?
So, I'm considering using it, giving that, the spell chain, to the sting. Because that'll make it to where I could deal 40 damage, draw 2 additional stuff. No matter what, we're going to sacrifice you and give you to the Bog Chrysalis. The Bog Chrysalis is so... Like, look at those stats. Look at those stats. That egg's a big boy.
Isn't he beautiful?
It's a cutie. I love it so much! Alrighty.
Oh gosh.
Give something intrinsic. So, do I want something in my opening hand? I can't see anything here that helps being in my opening hand. Not a single thing that is worth making everything more difficult. I could choose that for the Sharpen. And then just give that to the Bog Chrysalis. But I don't think buffs carry over, right? I'm pretty certain buffs don't carry over. Just the normal big stuff. Like the temporary buffs, the green and the red stuff, I don't think those carry over. Proclamation doesn't need to be... Like, nothing here says I need to be held onto. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and spell chain up this sting. There we go. It's really scary. Sadly, Intrinsic's great, But nothing here says I need to be in my opening hand. So let's not make things more difficult just yet and see if we get something.
I can see instances where holdover instances would be, like, so amazing. Oh gosh. Sting, sting, sting. But yeah, imagine having holdover intrinsic on a card that you need it to be on.
Too bad this event happened
Oh
too
gosh.
soon. This event happened way too soon. Both these are great. Either increase the size... After that, it requires multi-strike. What's more important, a big thing or a tiny thing that could fit with other stuff? The tiny thing that could fit with other stuff means I could use it with Spine Chief. The big thing on its own, it means I've got a big thing that hits really hard. Well, that's right, and every single time it's healed, it cultivates. Forgot about that. I mean, that cultivate could be itself. I could just keep healing it, and then eventually I just have two really big things, but I don't think that's big enough. Like, probably having them all on one floor is better, though, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the correct answer here is. I want to know, but I don't.
I don't either, so...
So right now, its stats are, it has plus 30, plus 56, or plus 55, or like, its stats are 30 and 55 higher, so both the bog flies are gonna summon as 30 60s with whatever the last modifier is. If I do this. If I go with this, both the bog flies will spawn as 60 90s. Nice. And the issue is that's not enough. Like, if I can get multi-strike on it, that's enough to deal with most of the in-game stuff, but... I got a very big egg, and if you try to break the egg, you're gonna have a bad time. Alright, -1 cost. We're gonna give that to a restore. That just needs to be free. Plus 10 magic power. We're just gonna give that to a proclamation, because I need it to hit really hard. But Do I give this sharpen double stack and make it cost 1? No, I don't. I don't. We don't give it double stack. That's a waste. Do I purge a card? Well, where are we going after this? See, I want the Awoken Banner, but I also... like, I need the removal and the Awoken Banner, but I also need this Merchant of Steel. Alright, we're gonna hold on to the rest of our money. There's nothing else here? Yeah, nothing to give intrinsic to. Yep, nothing to give intrinsic to. We're gonna move on. Alright, and we're just gonna skip. Or not. Alright, well it has knockback. So... I would say this would be a very annoying fight, but... then I'd be lying. Oh gosh, how do I do this? We don't have nearly enough stings! Okay. I need Ascension or Descension. I don't have any cards that do that quite yet. So what I'm going to do here... Alright. Fog Chrysalis, we're going to restore. I'm going to buff it. Kill that. And... do you have any pushes the attack unit back? Sure. We're going to just play Train Steward there. Alright. That's that, I guess. Well, that's not the one I wanted. Alright, buff it some more. Kinda wanted to hatch, but not, I guess not that quickly. Not so quickly I might miss some things up for myself. We're gonna apply rape to you though. You ain't breaking my egg. No! It needs multi-strike so bad. Dead. And we'll start giving the boss some reap. Alrighty, it's not cracked open just yet. But next turn. Next turn. Yes! Yes! Oh, it's cracking open this turn. We're gonna pierce straight through that armored fellow. And it's gonna crack this turn. It's opening. I'm excited. We're gonna hold on to the Forgotten Trade, I guess. Do I actually have a reason to? No, not really. Behold my legion of bogflies. Oh, I love them. Look at my pets. They're adorable. Oh, I can double sting this turn. Nice. just not take damage. In fact, we can continue just not taking damage. We're going in Relentless next turn, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play Stink here. Alrighty. Let's do that. I'm gonna play a Bugfly there. They're adorable. Oh, right. The knockback. Whoops. Oh well. Misplay. Oh, she's in for a bad time. Okay. Well, if I can get Cycle of Life to cost 0, which is technically plausible, then it'd be okay. And for the rare pack, it's a shame that this is the only rare unit for Spikes 5 and give Spikes 2 to friendly units. It does no good against, you know, Sheriff the Chase. So they're just going to make it all go away. So I'd rather not build into that and then go, oh, it won't work in my strategy. So I want to fuse something into this Bogfly here. Try to make it somewhat useful. Am I really considering Cycle of Life? Yeah. Unit draft. +10, +10, +30 health, or every time I consume a spell, gain 5 attack. None of these really even help. I mean, I guess I could choose the Husk Hermit. Choosing Husk Hermit is okay. And then we'd be fusing the Bogfly into it. And then we'd have a 530 that gets stronger, and then that can work on the same floor as the Spine Chief. The other two are okay. Not really. And I currently don't have an easy way of dealing with backline. Backline's a tiny bit tricky, especially when they're going to be really strong later on. You know, we need some guaranteed backline removal. Well, so since I didn't really get anything that's going to make Bogfly really a great support unit for the Bog Chrysalis, I'm not going to grab space. We're kind of hurting on Ember. So we're going to go to the Merchant of Steel. Then after that, we're probably going to go over here to remove some cards that I don't need. Then after that, we're going to be going to the Merchant of Steel or the Merchant of Magic, depending on if I was able to get everything I needed at this Merchant of Steel over there. which means we're hurting on Merchants of Magic. Thanks to this Sting shenanigans here, I probably am okay on card draw. Maybe. We're gonna grab Phil's Remorse for Ember. Alright. So... let's get rid of the Dark Forge. What do we got? Ooh. Okay. 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 The Corruptor, plus 10 per. Or Strike, gain 1. None of those. Strike gain 1 would have been better to start off with, but with our plan, the Crystallis, for some reason, I have a feeling might not be going on the same floor as the Spine Chief. It's just a theory. I don't know why. I have this gut feeling that I don't think I'm going to be playing these two on the same floor. So we're not going to worry about the Strike gain 1. Else that'd be a great way of fueling the egg hatching. So we're going to try the Corruptor 2. I'm going to go and grab the artifact. Lights and Scourges cost 0. I'm sorry, what?
I have no idea what's going on because of the stream delay.
So I'm looking at the Divine Horde. Yes, I made the difficulty harder, but I guess I really didn't need to take this, and I'm not gonna grab 25 gold just for that. Like Sinner Salve and Cleansing Waters are both interesting. I technically can pick up Advanced Prototype, but I don't think I'm gonna be trying to make a really strong Train Steward. I mean, I could go 10, 13. 6. That'd be 10, 13 damage shield multi-strike 1 Train Stewards. That I could fuse this into it to make them a little bit stronger. It's not worth it. Right, Blights and Scourges. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have to deal with that. I think I'd rather just grab Cleansing Water. Alright, going to the Merchant of Steel. We got Quick. That's not what I'm wanting. Yes, it is. It's exactly what I'm wanting. We're gonna give Quick to the Husk Hermit. The other issue is I don't have enough. I don't have enough money to re-roll everything. But we are going to have to go to one more Merchant of Steel. So next one we're going is most likely going to be the Unstable Vortex Hellvent. And I'm going to be duping, again, making things more difficult, but we're being smarter about it this time. Do I purge? I feel like I kind of have to. We have a lot of cards to get rid of. We have 3 Train Stewards and 5 Fractures I need to get rid of. I'm gonna go ahead and give Echo Stone to the Husk Hermit. Alright, and later we're gonna fuse Bogfly with it. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and leave. Because I'm gonna hold on to the money instead of purging, because in case I decide, like, I get a good card that I really need to buff up with the Merchant of Magic, there's nothing in the deck. Like, I need to decrease the cost of Cycle of Life by a lot in order to make it even a little bit playable. Because it's gonna be a pretty good card for us. A lot more attack. Can I deal with that for money? I don't think I need the money. I don't really need the money. I want it. But can I deal with the plus attack? 35 health on the harnessers, and they're probably gonna have like 80 something health on the stronger versions. Well, probably like 75 maybe, more likely. Like, if I don't take this, then I can deal with clip defenders by pushing them back with hosting kins, and then not worry about the light harnessers. If I do take this challenge, then I have to kill everything, which... I mean, Husk Hermit behind a Spine Chief, it might be doable? Issue is it would be a maybe instead of kind of a guarantee, but the money would absolutely help, at least over here. I'm gonna do it. I want the money really badly. Not necessarily on our next one, but on the one after that. Okay, so we got the Bog Chrysalis. Next turn, we're going to be grabbing Husk Hermit. Do I go ahead and just play the Bog Chrysalis down here? I think so.
I haven't even started the fight yet. Okay. I just started the fight.
Hey, how's it going? And all right, we're in a brand new fight. All right, we're gonna Bog Chrysalis. Really big egg. We're gonna sharpen it. We're gonna sting. All right, he's dead. We're gonna buff. There's Spine Chief in the top. We'll sting again. You walked into the wrong egg. I'm just nodding my head. Yep. It's a little strong. It's a little more damage than I'd like to take. But in the order of things that get summoned and all that. I guess I could play Bogfly. Alright, there you go. So now the Collector's dying. We're gonna go and play Sting up here to have even more attack on our Husk Hermit. It's okay. It's doing okay. It's doing its best. Alright. It's gonna hatch next turn, unless I draw absolute garbage. Which we did not. We're gonna restore, so that way we get a regen, and then I think it's gonna hatch. So, there's all that. I suppose it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna go ahead and play a Train Steward here. We're gonna go and play Forgotten Trade, just cause. But where do I play these Fractures? Do I play them down here? I think so. Yeah, we're gonna play them down here. All right. All right, so they did not keep their spikes, but they're 84 100s. Oh, I love it. Here, more damages. Train steward can go there. There's no reason not to. And no matter what, these guys are dead. So we're just gonna kaboom, 100 damage, don't worry. Okay. Alright, we need to play one. I guess we can sharpen for more spikes here. Just to have a slight better edge against the upcoming boss. Probably should have just healed though. Yeah, I should have just healed. Alright. And then played the Reap cards to increase the attack powers up there. Oh yeah, no, you're definitely dead. I don't know what you're expecting. Okay. I'm gonna Reap you. There you go. Yeah, okay. I love my bog flies so much! Okay.
Wow, that guy is big.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah, but I'm like talking about a delay, so I don't know who you're saying is big versus who I'm saying is big.
Which one is big, the boss or my bog flies?
You haven't even got. Oh gosh, that was the boss. I didn't really.
Yeah, that was the boss. It was the boss. There's a reason that guy's big. He's bigly. Alright, well, Soul Siphon is pretty good because it'll allow us to hatch the bog flies quickly. But because I'm trying to get buffs going, I don't know if that's really the correct thing I want. Echoes of the Past is also cute because it allows me to, like, really buff up this Bog Chrysalis with a bunch of extra damages. I kind of like the idea of Echoes of the Past in this case. Like, Soul Siphon helps once to quickly hatch this, but then our strategy kind of gets thrown out the window. Alright, Oh, wait, this is the wrong kind of deck to consider Adaptive Mutation. I was about to say, like, oh, I could do fun things with this spell. No, I can't. I actually can't. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, gosh. We can do some crazy shenanigans with Adaptive Mutation. We can make our Husk Hermit really big. I think I take Adaptive Mutation here. Sure, it's not infused, but you don't have to be. They don't have to be infused. Alright, so remember when I was like, depending if we get a good card, I might want to go to the shop? Well, that's what I'm considering. We have a lot of things to consider here. I could also just choose to duplicate Adaptive Mutation. Or I could duplicate my, Bog Chrysalis! More Bog Flies! That'd be fun.
Oh gosh.
Issue is, I actually think I really need to just go to the right. Like, yes, I need to remove cards. I actually really do need to remove cards. But if I can, like, remove Consume off of Adaptive Mutation, and then maybe here, give it -2, that'd be extremely good. I could also just duplicate it, and then remove cards. But I also want to lower the cost of Cycle of Life. Both of these I want to reduce the cost of badly. Oh no. I want to get rid of this sharpen. This sharpen's no good to me. I think I just got too many cards I actually need to just get rid of.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
Yep. Fractures I can go ahead and keep. It's just not going to be that great against the final boss, but... Like, there's... so, -1 cost, I could do that for at least Cycle... Cycle of Life is at least getting -1. Another card that's going to get -1 would be... Because I can reroll for the -1 stuff. Echoes of the Past. Guess I don't need to give this -2. I guess I don't need to give this -2. Well, I do want to power up Proclamation, and then I guess powering up a Hosting Kiln wouldn't be a bad idea. Could also boost up my restores. Removal versus powering up cards. Removal will make me draw the cards I need more reliably. Right now we can just play the Train Stewards. They're just dying. Maybe I should get rid of at least one more Train Steward, but yeah, I should get rid of one Train Steward. The other one is okay to exist. Yeah, Adaptive Mutation with this Husk Hermit, plus the Bogfly and the Spine Chief. It's gonna be a really tanky Husk Hermit. It's gonna deal a lot of damage and it's gonna have a lot of health. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I really need to remove Consume. That's more important. That's not at all what we needed. Double stack does nothing good here. It just gives us spikes, which will be removed by the chase. Reap here will allow us to do more damage. That'll be great against Arcus. It will not be good against Seraph the Chased. Regen is good for every fight all the way up until Seraph the Chase. After that, it's bad. More spikes, like this double stack was a whiff. We're just gonna give this Proclamation plus 10. Oh shoot, no, I need to give it to Hosting Kiln, don't I? Yep. Alright, first one is gonna go to Adaptive Mutation. It's gonna go to Cycle of Life. I don't think this Cycle of Life, like, 3 is too much. 2 is, not that great. It's like, the plus 10 health is supposed to go for boosting up my Bog Chrysalis in its early stages. That's what it's intended for. If it costs 1, maybe it'd be okay. Alright, we're not going to reduce the cost of Adaptive Mutation until I get the remove. So, this one's going to go to Cycle of Life. We're going to reroll here. It's Permafrost. In theory, I could just give it to Forgotten Trade and then have a big burst of mana when I actually need it. It's not the worst of ideas. Alright. And do I give this... I think I do just go ahead and give this, Consume. You know what? I'm going to give the Consume to this Sting right here. It'll have served its purpose at that time. Alright, and another -1 cost is gonna go to... So just gonna go to a Cycle of Life, and I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I think so. Alright, now another question. Do I go ahead and just permafrost Forgotten Trade, or... Yeah, actually I'm gonna do that. Next, where am I going next ring? Okay... That I have to go to the Merchant of Magic there. As much as I really want this Bog Chrysales to have a multi-strike, I think going for the consume removal is more important with the adaptive mutation. What if I whiff? If I whiff, that's bad. It's really bad. But at least I get a couple removals. I mean, if I whiff on the multi-strike as well, that's also really bad.
You have to ask yourself, which one would be the less worse with?
Right. We're gonna check out the event first before I consider taking money. Greetings, Hellborn! Interesting. Move 5 consume spells to the top of my draw pile. And right now that's a lot. It's a lot of spells. But is it worth it? It's worth it for adaptive mutations. I would hate to get Forgotten Trade back. I would hate to get this Sting back. I would hate to get these hosting kilns back. Like, I play them for the boost they give, and then they're gone. Meanwhile, Endless... I could... I could give Endless to, like, the Bog Chrysales. It won't fit, but it'd be hilarious. Let's consider this! It would be funny! Wow. Or give something quick. Quick would be pretty good, actually. Yeah, I'll do that. This is going to be a big spike in difficulty, and then hopefully I don't need it anymore. We're going to remove a train steward. Alright, but no more. Spikes 4. Can I? I actually think I can. I can do that. This deck can do that. It doesn't have a whole bunch of healing, but everything's really bigly. Okay. Really? Alright, so I'm drawing Bog Chrysales next turn. If I play both of these on the top floor, all I can do is play Bog Chrysales. So what we're gonna do is this. 1, 2, and then we're gonna go ahead and give you a restore down here. And then we're gonna sting. 3. We're gonna sting. Alright, there we go. We got a whole bunch of charged echoes. There's a chance that I can just get... Ah, rats. I did! I got it! Wait. I should have 2. I played 1, 2. I played 2 things up here. So that's Ember Drain 2. Where's my extra +1 Ember coming from? I should be at 2. Okay. Alrighty. Block Chrysalis. More life. Yeah, I can hatch it this turn. Alright, it's hatching. I'm also going to give it quick, and we're going to see if that transfers over. We're gonna... 1. There you go. Nah, it doesn't transfer over. Rats. It was worth a shot. Alrighty. Oh, it was cute.
It wasn't an attempt.
It was absolutely an attempt. Did assassination. But a loss. We're gonna come back to this adaptive mutation.
Gained experience.
The attempt was made, and I am upsetty.
Yes, but valuable lesson. So now you know.
Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and push you back. Alright, cool. No longer a problem. And we're gonna buff here. Now get some healing. Sharpen. Wow. Ah. Wow. Man, that bogfly is hurt. Well, too bad I couldn't do this. Or, too bad I couldn't do that earlier. Goodness. What do we got left in the tank? Okay. We're just gonna consume that. And we're just gonna hit really hard. We're gonna employ the strategy of hit it really hard. To be honest, this makes me a tiny bit nervous. You have sweep. Those two are killing themselves on you, but you're only living 2 turns. And then 98 divided by 16. 16, 32, 48, 64, 80. 96. Okay, so 7 rounds. Is that worth it? This bogfly took way too much damage. I think I just need to assume that bogfly is sadly dead. But I know for certain I can just clean up here. So we're gonna play Echoes of the Past. And fracture. Fracture. Oh shoot. Okay, we're taking some damage. Yeah, that was disgusting. Okay. Get off my train. Okay, well my quick book is no good. Hey, my stings now have pierce! Yay! I don't think anything here actually helps. Maybe Soul Siphon? Probably not. Ancient Resonance also does me no good. We're just gonna skip. Looking at Force Contamination going, it's pretty hard, but I don't think so. Yay, I can restore 5
What you meant by it had...
What was that?
I don't know what...
I'm sorry, you're...
I just saw it.
I am actually having issues hearing you right now. What was that?
I
don't know why, but you're cutting in now. But you're laughing.
Oh, no.
And it's sweet, so we're just gonna... I'm just gonna grab Invigorating Solution here. Oh wait, maybe Focused Growth is good. I'm going to the Merchant of Magic. I need healing, actually really badly.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Or am I still crap?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. What happened was, because of the time delay, I was very confused when you said, "Oh, hey, my stings have piercing," and I was like, "Your
Right.
stings already have piercing."
Yes, but now they have piercing.
Double the piercing. You like piercing on your piercing?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Alright, so I'm looking at Focused Growth going, man, I need healing. Like, really badly. Focused Growth would be an interesting card to also give Holdover on. If I get Holdover in the upcoming shop. It doesn't have Infused, but that's okay. Alright. What do we got? Remove Consume? Nope, we got Useless Double Stack. What about our Divine Temple? What do we got? More Spell Chain. What would I give that to? Theory, I could just give it to Adaptive Mutation. Alright, well, let's take care of these first. Alright, well, these restores at the low amount of healing they're giving me are no good at all. So I think I'm just going to give these restores Consume. So that way, like, because I still want them for what they do, and then they're gone. Could also just give it to Proclamation, but I think there's better things I could give to Proclamation. Alright, -1 cost is going to Focused Growth. We're gonna reroll. Double checking. Yep. We're rerolling here. It's another Permafrost, really? Also kind of just need to get rid of this Wildwood Tome. Alright, well, we're gonna power up yet another Restore. Another -1. It's gonna go to Echoes of the Past.
Wait,
Yeah.
just remembered something. It's about Spider that I wanted to point out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the white-robed lady. She might not be a projection because remember there was that spider in the cave that looks a lot like Spider does in the past. Assuming she's the demon one now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they weren't a projection. So I'm wondering if the spider, wait, the white robed lady is like her, just um, a different person, but like on the same road of evolution as her.
Hmm. Maybe. Oh, no, I don't think so. That's an interest. I mean, it's an interesting theory. I wouldn't completely dismiss it like I just did, but.
I wasn't wrong on that whole the there was a time shenanigans on the time skipping shenanigans.
No, you weren't.
And you guys dismissed that.
Let's see. I don't think anything's worth giving a spell chain to.
Four stings.
Make Proclamation hit really hard. I could also choose it on the sting that has Consume, just so that way I can play that sting twice. I also don't have to do it. Purge -1. I may have to do these Purge -1s. Start thinning the deck out even more. Good spell chain focused growth. How many cards am I down to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Ew. That's a lot of cards. I mean, if I spell chain focused growth, hey, first off, that's a lot of healing. Second, it will allow me to draw a whole bunch of cards. I'll do it. Well, what's better? I think actually probably. You know what? I'm not gonna spell chain. I'm not gonna spell chain. Okay. Let's see what we get in the random event. You can use your pyre to get money. Oh yeah, and I get to purge 2 cards. We're gonna purge the bad Sharpen. I kind of want to purge the Wildwood Tome, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Wildwood Tome my champion. Maybe I'll put I'll Wildwood Tome one of my my cute little bog flyers. Ain't they adorable? All right. So where are we going next? I think next I'm gonna try to finish off the Merchant of Steel to finish upgrading my 2 units, the Bog Fly and the Bog Curse, or not the the Bogfly Husk Hermit and my Awoken Hollow Bog Chrysalis. Because my Bog Chrysalis, they need multi-strike. And my Husk Hermit needs just stats. It needs to be bigger. Probably health, just a Heartstone. That'll be enough. That'll be enough. But we're definitely going to the Merchant of Steel for that. And then lastly, we'll be going over to the Merchant of Magic over here, assuming we make it. Which means we can purge a card. So we're going to go ahead and purge a Fracture. Alright, we're suddenly starting to do a lot better on cards. Do I want Permafrost on any card? Adapt Mutation? Last chance. What am I passing up? Spell Chain. Yeah, I mean, I could probably... Well... Because what other bonuses am I wanting? I can't go too much higher on those bonuses because we're going to have to deal with a whole bunch of stealth afterwards, so... I'm wanting for Proclamation, plus 30 spell power would be great. That's basically it. You know what? I'm doing the math. There's not too much more. I'm gonna try to make my early game stronger. We're gonna power up this Sting. That will make it our early game slightly better, which is what we need. Of course, you always have the looming grr. Alrighty. So, where we got going where? Bog Chrysalis! You're gonna go there. I'm gonna go and hosting Kiln to kill ya. There you go. Save a whole bunch of damages. Yeah, we're gonna just deal with the Ember Drain. And Focus Grip. Plus 2 draw. And Rejuvenate. Alright, when one of my units dies on this floor, so we have nothing to worry about there. Do I really want this to hatch right now? Not really in a rush for that to hatch. But... it doesn't hurt. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and at least heal. Yeah, we'll deal with the armor just fine. And next turn's going to be a little bit hurtful. Is that okay? I should be fine. So we're going to sting. I want to sting a couple times up here. But I also want to get... Actually, we could train Steward here. I want to get Reaps on Arcus just to get that rolling. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. The question is do I reap the Cold Marksman just to kill it? I'm gonna do Alrighty. So every single echo I got, this Husk Hermit is going to have +8. This Husk Hermit gets +18 attack for every single charged echo. It has quick. We're just gonna... Ah, dang it. Alright, well, we'll play that later. Oh, really? Alright, we're gonna Wildwood Tome you. I'm gonna sharpen you. Kinda can't play everything, sadly. Or maybe I just let this fracture cost a lot. Yeah, I think we're just gonna let the fracture cost a lot. I want this to hatch right now. It's getting a little scary. Oh, it didn't hatch this turn. Whoops. Oh well. That's okay. That's actually A-okay. This Husk Hermit's gonna kill everything on this top floor. Just fine. We can just about play everything. We're gonna save our adaptive mutation. I know, I did that last time and it really didn't work out, but we got this. We got this. So we're gonna restore. I could also adaptive mutation the Bog Chrysalis to give it even more attack. Sounds kind of fun. No, I think I need a setup for this Husk Hermit to attempt to survive in case it goes up to the top floor, so we're not going to do that. We are, however, going to hit you. You're still going to hatch, even though there's only one charged echo, but that's okay. That is A-okay. So we're going to sting once. And we're going to sting twice. Just to draw more cards. Just didn't have enough actions to do everything. If we had that multi-strike, man, we'd be in a really good spot right now. So many things could be so much better right now. Where's the pest?
The Bog Flies have just now hatched. That's how delayed this is.
Yeah, I'm aware. I am aware. There is not a delay on the stream, but I am fully aware that there is a delay on the stream. Is that a mistake? Feels like a mistake to do that. Yeah, kinda might be. Let's do a risky play. Go big. We're gonna go big.
Big or go boom?
Go boom. Alright. This doesn't work. I might actually just be dead here. But should be okay. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Oh man. Yeah, we're fine. What do we got? No spells? We're not fine. Alright, so here's what we gotta do. Cycle of life. Make it bigger. Bigger! We're gonna restore. Another charged echo. It's beautiful. We're gonna sharpen. Beautiful. We are going to proclamation. Beautiful. But this fracture just isn't ever gonna be played ever again. We're gonna heal. Beautiful. We're gonna sting. Okay, so if I sting up here twice, I can then Forgotten trade. Yeah. So we're gonna sting once. Gonna can't sting twice. This is fine. Alright, so Forgotten trade. We're gonna sting. And then we're gonna Adaptive Mutation. There we go. And now we have a Fracture, we'll never be able to play ever again. We got a really big plant. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Alrighty. You're not taking nearly enough damage. What if we hit you with a proclamation? That didn't work. What if we hit this with a focused growth? What if we hit you with a sting? What if we hit you with a fracture? What if we hit you with another sting? What if we hit the We're gonna go for my confidence is diminishing. This is piercing. This also has piercing. I think I want to draw more cards next turn. Yeah, alright. We're gonna go with as many crystals as possible. And yeah, should be dead. It is dead! Hooray! And then we play Echoes of the Past to just die. Okay. This is rough. This is a rough run. Ah! What? Okay. So, if I grab Awoken's Rail Spike, a lot happens. Alright, now here's a new question. Do I get +1 card draw? It felt like I was fine on Ember. I think I'm fine on Ember, so I'm not going to worry about Ember. We're going to go with +1 card draw. Or, I could also go with Space. I think I need Space. Going Space. Just because I might want to play stuff on the middle floor. Alright, as discussed before, I am going to go to the left. So we're going to the left. Spoilers. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. The Corruptor. Yeah, I am watching the delay on this, my goodness. The Corruptor, level 3 for +20 attack per Echo. Sounds good. And more health. We're grabbing an artifact. Ooh. When you first summon a champion, gain a random unit with +, +, -. What if that's good? It's most likely not. It's most likely not going to be good. It's most likely going to be bad, not going to lie. I kind of don't like any of those. But you know what? -1 or -2 with Forever Flame? Seems okay. Merchant of Steel, one strike, one strike, one strike. Yes! Oh, Chrysalis. Enjoy. And then Heartstone to increase the health of Husk Hermit. Okay. Yeah, that just feels good, you know? Plus 30 magic power on a proclamation. Now we're talking. Intrinsic. Oh. I could give Intrinsic to Awoken's Rail Spike. And have a really big turn 1.
I have just put the multi-strike on the bug.
Yep.
On the egg bug.
Yeah, no,
Congratulations.
You know, I'm watching me pulling up the Intrinsic. I'm aware of at least where it is on my end, but yeah, I think I'm good.
It's a beautiful baby butterfly.
I'm gonna give Intrinsic to Awoken's Rail Spike. You thinking what I'm thinking? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know what you're thinking because
I'm
you
fully
are
aware.
like in.
I am fully aware. Like the internet has decided that I need to have like a 15-second delay. But are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Right now, I see you putting Intrinsic on Awoken's Rail Spike.
Oh wow, you're even further behind than both of my my streams. In fact, I should.
Are you trying to slap a train steward on a train steward?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Just slapping a train steward on a train steward? What could possibly go wrong?
I have a strong train steward. Real swole. It was hilarious. I died. I'm gonna save the money. The deck's doing pretty good. There's no reason for me to fuse 2 train stewards together.
Other than to have less train stewards.
Can I do armor 20? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Yeah, we can do that. We can do armor 20. Not a big deal. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Spine Chief. How's Kermit go in front or behind? It starts off with less health. But it'll lose a lot of power. I think it needs to go in the front. And we just need to do things to keep it alive. Okay. More damages. More damages. Yeah. Oh gosh. And they're dead. There we go. And that is why you give stuff intrinsic. Alright, we're gonna Bog Chrysalis the middle floor. Oh, goblins. They're away a tiny bit. Okay. Well, so the bottom floor died. We just killed everything. And then we went ahead and summoned a Train Steward on top floor. We played a Bog Chrysalis on the middle because of the +1 space. That's literally the reason why we did stuff like that, is so that way we can use that middle floor. And yeah, we're gonna kill the Collector with the Train Steward. I'm not gonna play a second Train Steward. I'm gonna let that roam in the deck for a tiny bit longer. I really want to Adaptive Mutation here, but or maybe I can. But I really want to just really power up this Bog Chrysalis as much as possible. Like, shawam, shawam, kablamo. Heck, I can even Adaptive Mutation, but I don't think that's actually worth it. Alright, there we go. We'll play the second Train Steward. We have Forgotten Trade in our hand. Too bad the Quick from Weldwood Tome doesn't carry over with the Bog Chrysalis. Just stat buffs do. Big shame. Big shame. Gonna do that. Gonna do that. Gonna do that. So there's no reason for us to play Weldwood Tome. Not yet. This deck, oh my goodness. I'm happy. Alright, yeah, so here's a 250 damage Proclamation. Kablam, it's dead. No big surprise. And play Sting, number 1. Sting, number 2. We're gonna play... We're gonna play 4 Restores on the Bog Chrysalis. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's gonna hatch this turn. And, yeah. We're gonna go and play Hosting Kiln. Just to get it out. I am happy. Alright, we're gonna Weldwood Tome you. We're gonna Cycle of Life you, just to keep you alive as much as possible. And then we're gonna... Oh, yes! Yes, Echoes of the Past. No, wait. No. 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 Okay, we're gonna... No, we can't do that. That's a bad idea. We're just... We'll buff you. Alright, enjoy your buff. Alright. A 256 attack. Husk Hermit seems okay. I'm not an expert at this game, but it seems okay. We're gonna continue to hit them with restores. Yeah. Jeez! It hits for 80? What? Okay, well, the boss has spawned. It's Nephil, the Wingless General. Trample, Rage, 18. Okay, so that's where 36 of its attack is coming from. Okay, that makes sense. And it's because of my pack shards, which is making it really strong and scary. So we're just going to keep using restores. We're going to hit the boss with Proclamation. We're going to Focused Growth. Middle. Yeah, okay. No, we didn't kill on the bottom floors, but we got a fun deck. Really happy with this deck. What it's gonna be doing. Shawammy, shawammy. Oops, I should have done that first. Alright, we're gonna do that anyways. Alright. Boom, boom. Shawammy, shawammy. Wow, I never even played that. There, 4 Ember. And there we go. That's the win. And it's just getting to the second floor on my end, and yours is apparently still like 7 seconds behind what I'm seeing. What I would probably do is refresh the page. I'm not gonna lie. See if that that helps. I'm gonna go ahead and okay, yeah, refreshing it on my end helped. It's now completely up to where I'm at. Alrighty. What are these? Revenge of the Damned. Extract 1, deal 5 damage twice. And on Slay, gain 2 echoes. I mean, that's a cool card, I guess. But you'd have to get that early on. That's not going to help us at all. Broken Memories. Return a consumed spell to the top of my draw pile. Adaptive Mutation much? Okay. Sure. I'm just going to grab Broken Memories, I guess. Edge Prior. I mean, too bad it doesn't work like that normally. Going, oh, you know, it would be great to like edge prior up a train steward, but then it won't fit on any of the floors where it needs to fit on. So that's a bummer. Invigorating solution just to draw through everything a little bit faster. I think so. Okay, so all of our units are all buffed up, except for our train stewards, but they're literally just throwaways at that point. So, no matter what, and plus we pretty much removed all the cards we need to. So we're gonna grab the gold. Did refreshing help?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
Alright, so I've just gone to the right.
Maybe. I just saw you grab the gold.
Okay, it's a little bit behind, but that's okay. Base charge, 2 to start of the battle. That's actually kind of good. This up, this up. Check out our Merchant of Magic. Remove consumed. Yep. Okay. Well, that's the run, I guess. There you go. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, let's check out what's in the little castle. What's in our Divine Temple? Anything good? I mean, I can do that, but I don't know if it's worth it. Alright, well, looks like we're giving -1 cost to this adaptive mutation. Never got the -2. I was hoping to get the -2. To, -2 adaptive mutation. But that's not happening. Not anymore. enough money to reroll trinkets. Plus 20 consume. This last restore? Sure, we'll do that. -1 cost. An Awoken's Rail Spike? Sure, why not? Pretty good. Last but not least, I'm gonna go to the Extreme Stone plus 30. I mean, it'll make the fight a lot harder. But I think making Focused Growth really strong is kind of a big deal. And we can purge one more fracture. Oh, speaking of purging... Oh, I don't have the gold. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. We've got a strong deck. We went a little overboard on the pack shards, but we got a fun deck. It's gonna be exciting. Probably gonna lose in the last divinity, sadly. That one I'm gonna have to puzzle, most likely. Okay. So, here's the fight. Woken's Rail Spike. I'm gonna go ahead and play that right off the bat. I'm gonna Spine Chief. I'm gonna Husk Hermit. Guess we're gonna go ahead and cycle Sharpen and cycle Life the Husk Hermit, because we've got no other choice. We're gonna ping you. And we're gonna ping you. Oh, everything's dying. Nice, nice. We're gonna reap you for like 4 damage. We're gonna consume this. We're gonna consume this. This. There we go. There, we got really good turn 1s now. I'm gonna Bog Chrysalis the top 4 for this fight. And, what we can do is some fun stuff. We Focused Growth. Restore. It's gonna hatch. Oh no. Wait, did I say it's gonna hatch? Echoes of the Past. No, it's not. I lied, TP. Reclamation. That's dead. I'm gonna fracture you. And there's no reason not to play Forgotten Trade. Or there's no reason to play Forgotten Trade. My goodness. My goodness. What is going... Also, apparently Seraph the Chaste has 27 lifesteal, so we don't have to deal with stealth. I wonder if it depends on which Seraph you're fighting, depending on which buffs they're gonna get. It's interesting. Well, I might as well hit Seraph the Chaste with literally both of these, just to get them out of the deck. And we're good to go. Our eggs have not hatched yet, but that's okay. We're cooking them up nice and slowly. We're gonna Cycle of Life. Adaptive Mutation. Not yet. Ooh, I could Awoken's Rails. I can Awoken's Rail Spike again. Nice. Alright, we're gonna go wild tome that. Broken Memories. What do we get back? I just want to get back this Sting. That's a good card to bring back. Oops, I should have played Adaptive Mutation there. I can! Haha!
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh yes.
Oh dear.
Yeah, kind of just do that. I'm gonna blow that up. Ooh, focused growth or double sting. I think double sting is better. Then we get to adapt mutation. Oh, gross. And then we can still do this? Oh, that's disgusting. We're making a big egg. Getting nice and real bigly. Okay. This is disgusting. I don't know what to I have no other words for this. I'm sorry. Except that this is just gross on what is happening right here, right now. And I love it. And if the bottom floor doesn't manage to kill Seraph, first off, I don't know what will at this point. I'm very serious. If I can't kill Seraph here, I don't know what will. Because I now got a 600, 457. And I got an egg that's punching Seraph for 300. Yeah, Seraph's dead. Really? Really, Seraph? You disappoint me. Alright, we're gonna hatch this egg. We're gonna hatch this egg. But, we're going to adapt the mutation. We're gonna adapt the mutation. Yay! I got 2 adorable little bugs. Jeez. 609. Oh, what is this?
We're doing it. And then there's a giant freaking eyeball in the sky.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like, hey, we're doing it. I was like, eyeball.
Who summoned me? The last divinity has different status effects on each floor and gains 7 attack when it gains Relentless. Okay. It has 3 attack, 2,500 health, and whenever a debuff deals damage to this unit, remove that debuff. Hey, you know your Reap builds? Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking with that. I mean, I understand how, like, Frostbite can get insanely busted with stuff like that, but Reap doesn't, and Reap kind of just dies.
That's unfortunate.
It is.
Fortunately, you don't have a Reap build.
Oh, did I say it had 2,500 health? I meant to say it has 6,000.
Well,
oh, hey, it no longer hits your pyre every turn. I'm gonna be honest, that's probably a good thing. Because literally, I at one point had a run where I got to Seraph, and then Seraph's like, alright, 45. And I'm like, wait, you're hitting my pyre for 45 damage a turn?
oh dear.
What the heck, game? Alrighty, but I don't know how we're gonna get through all of this stuff. Oh, he has trample here, he has multi-strike here, and sweep here. Okay, yeah, we can do this. I'm not gonna play Proclamation. I will play Fracture, it's free. I'm gonna play Restore. Okay. Alright, well, here's my Bog Chrysalis, and oddly enough, I'm gonna put it on the top. There's a Train Steward, he's dead. And Sharpen. We're gonna Broken Memories for Woken's Rail Spike. It's just so we play that again. Focused. No, we're gonna Restore. Okay. Right, okay, so spikes, and then 5 damage on death. Okay, I see what's happening there now. Alright, focused growth here. And we're gonna go ahead and hosting kill him and crouch. Alright, well, we suffer 1 from Ember Drain. That's not gonna stop us. Woken's Rail Spike yet again. Oh, yes! Sorry. Oh, man. We're gonna cycle a life. Sting? Sting? I'm gonna go ahead and host and kill him here. Just to deal damages. Gonna play Train Steward, he's dead. Gonna play Restore. Assume, get rid of that. Gonna Forgotten Trade, gain 8 Ember. We're gonna Restore down here again. We're gonna Sting, and adapt a mutation. Okay. Yep. Feels good. Attack of life. The focus growth. Heal you back up. And we're gonna go and Sting. Whoa! Change of the sighted. What? The bosses are added in on this?
Wait, you're fighting the bosses again?
I'm fighting. This is the first boss. This is so exciting. I have no idea what else to say. I'm just at a loss of words. This is exciting. Proclamation. We're gonna Sting. We're gonna Adaptive Mutation. Okay. I'm gonna keep buffing up my egg. And the egg is the things aren't going well strat. I love it. I can hatch it whenever I want. Okay, what's next? Pretty certain the next play is to I'm gonna proclamation the middle floor, I guess. Just to hit for 250. And then at the mutation. There we go. 3. Is there another boss hiding in here somewhere? There's not. Not right now. Alright, I think it's time to hatch. Okay, it's 625 and a 621. Not a big deal. But now I have my chrysalises! Ah! Yeah, another boss. Right here. My goodness. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Finally free. Is there another boss hiding in here? Nope. That's probably gonna be on the next wave. Alright, 700, 700. Seems okay. Oh, it's dead!
Yeah.
Oops. That is the last divinity. Not only did we master cards, but we divine mastered cards. First and foremost, the Spine Chief. Our Cycle of Life got mastered. Awoken's Rail Spike, and 16 more. Hell yeah! Wormkin, level up. Bog Deep Cocoon. Ooh. So, the third egg unit has Shell 12, and it summons a Bog Wormling. What does the Bog Wormling do? Well, it's a 90-60, nice, with Etch of every single time you consume a card, it gets +10, +10. Oh, and it has Trample. Hell yeah.
Nice.
And then Accelerated Incubation. Consume, remove 3 shell from... Oh my gosh, yes! Wormkin, level up. Total Recall. Return 3 random spell cards from the discard pile to your hand and apply Consume. That's so cool! Okay, that's cool. I can already think of some synergies with that. Bog Slime. Artifact. When a spell with Consume is played, gain an Ember. Awesome, awesome. I can dig. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And Echo Ride! We got level 5 from Workin, so now we have the Exiled Champion. No. Level 6. Hell yeah! Power of Knowledge. Deal 15 damage for each spell in the Consume pile. Hell yeah. I mean, this could be a pretty good spell. This could be a pretty darn good spell. And then Echo Seedling. Oh, that looks cool. The first time each battle a card with Consume is played, add 2 copies to hand. What? Hell yeah. That fills me with happy. This is a random person I battled in the battle thingy, the race, and it was really really close. And then they died in the end. And then they friended me, and they were like, "Man, I can't believe I messed that up." I'm like, "Yeah, from the looks of how your health was doing, you went this route." And he was like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I'm like, "Well, it was a little bit obvious." Forgot what that entire thing was, but yeah, it was fun. It was great. My goodness. Oh my gosh. I'm at a loss of words. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Toggle.
Hope that he wasn't attacking fire at every turn.
Yeah, the part that he's not attacking the pirate every turn, honestly, makes me a little bit happier. I was going like, how the heck do I deal with that? I think I'm just gonna die because he's just gonna kill my pyre. Because basically, like, even though they're like, here, we're gonna give you an artifact that's gonna give you 100 free armor, and then I'm like, cool. And like, there was one run where I had like 30 health left, and then no, I had like 20 something health left. And I was actually kind of referring to the same run earlier, where like I had 20 health left, and then got to him, and I had like 315 packed shards. And then when the boss fight came, he's like, "All right, I'm hitting you for like 45 damage a turn." And I'm like, I get 3 turns. I don't even go through the entire deck. There's nothing I can do. But the fact that he's not punching your pyre every turn feels a little bit more fair. Just wow. Also, like that top floor with the part where it has sweep. Normally, I'm like, there's nothing. I'm never gonna be playing anything up there. But when you have literally just one unit that takes up an entire floor, sweep doesn't matter. I'm like, okay, well, we could just do that. And then they got to punch, and they got to hit. I was really happy with the bog chrysalis and having my bog flyers, plus my bog fly husk hermit. So technically, it counts. Wow, that. I know I restarted at one point because I made a misplay, but did I restart this run due to like a loss? I don't think I did. Like it was a turn 1. Oh wait, that was a misplay. I should have done it like this. Wow, that was fun. That was also 2 hours and it's midnight. Oh my gosh. Freaking Seraph. Stealth 15. It's so dumb. It's absolute bogus, by the way. Stealth 15.
Air.
So, note to self. This Sheriff the Chaste, all the bosses had lifesteal. So, is it because it's Seraph the Chaste, and then all the bosses had lifesteal? And then in this one, all the bosses had stealth. Is it because it was Seraph the Diligent? I'm not certain yet, but I'm thinking that's a thing. And that was a 200. That one was 285. This run was a 205-point run. Feels pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, they really punish you for being greedy. Honestly, that's a good thing. But this one, like, I mean, this one, it was like, okay, I'm being careful, and then I forgot what ended up happening. I think I picked up a intrinsic on a Woken's Rail Spike, like, oh, this run's kind of over because every fight is just going to be, I'm going to reduce the cost of a bunch of cards to 0, play like 10 cards turn 1. And literally, that's how the first turn of every turn went was, okay, Awoken's Rail Spike, and play all the cards, and then Husk Hermit clears the bottom floor by attacking for nearly 300 on turn 1. Like, what are you supposed to do about that? How are you going to mess that up?
Oh my.
Oh, man. the spell chain stings. I don't think they were necessary, but it felt good. They felt great. It felt great. The focused growth. Yeah, maybe I did. I don't think in this run I needed to do that, so I could have saved some risk by not boosting that up, but I think there's one point where the 55 actually mattered. But every other point, like, where is it? Adaptive Mutation, it restores the unit to full, and then it swaps the attack and the health. So what I kept doing is Husk Hermit, but boosted up with all of its temporary boosts because of the... it had +3, +5 to +8, plus another +20. So every single Echo I had boosted its stats by 28. And then we kept like increasing that as much as possible. And then swapping the stats. And then once the stats were swapped, then the attack was increased. Like, this is the first time I've actually gotten to successfully do adaptive mutation shenanigans. I'm telling you, it felt great. That's the adaptive mutations. Also, the reason, like this shenanigans, also the reason we kind of just won, because I don't think I would have been able to keep Husk Hermit alive in the end. It would have been very scary. Actually, what I probably would have ended up doing is if we didn't have adaptive mutation, I just would have swapped Husk Hermit with Spine Chief. Because Spine Chief has more health to risk. Yeah, if we didn't have the adaptive mutation shenanigans, I definitely needed this +30. But since I got the adaptive mutation shenanigans, it was like, okay, Husk Hermit's at full health. Once we get rid of every other card, we're good to go. Yeah, that felt great. Cycle of Life, I thought it was going to be better than it was on the Bog Chrysalis. Fun little fact, if we went with the -1 size and we did everything the exact same, we could have had my guys also on the bottom floor as well. But it's okay. It still worked out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm happy with that.
It was a really good game.
It was. It absolutely was. Right, cool.
And here I was doubting the butterflies.
Right, going like, yeah, you're never going to win with those. I mean, technically I didn't win with those. But I think they would have done just fine. If again, like, if I didn't have the shenanigans, I probably would have saved my quick tome for... There it is. If I needed to, I could have saved a quick tome for one of my Bogfly units. And then it would have been able to hit for, 150 damage times 2 with quick. If the bottom floor ended up losing out. But it didn't. I liked the addition that you fought the bosses. As well as just random things.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was really cool. And like, at first I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold up. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. Because it's like, why does this thing have 800 health? Oh, it's a boss.
Yep.
Is there anything here I did not need? I mean, the cleansing water actually did a lot this run. I noticed, like, it was cleansing nearly everything. So this was a good time. Cleansing water just shown. I did not need thorn casing, but it felt good, so I'm glad I had it. Forever Flame also made the turn ones a lot more plausible. I technically did not need the hammered chest plates, but I felt like it gave me a little bit of extra safety. First off, it made the Bog Chrysalis a little bit better, made the Husk Hermit better, for being able to just start swapping its health and all that with the extra free +5. Just everything worked out. I'm kind of just left in awe of just what just happened.